All right, folks. Today I'm going to be showing you how to adjust the valves, or at least check the valves on the 2018 Yamaha Raptor. I'm going to assume that you already know how to get your fenders off, your fuel tank off, and stuff like that. I've got other videos out there that'll show you how to do that, but it's pretty easy. But first thing we got to do is get the thing set up and ready to go. And so I've kind of got it started here a little bit. What you want to do is pull your spark plug out. You got to pull off here your cam cover to start off with. You want to get your where your magneto is. You pull out that little cover there so you can get the ratchet on it. Then there's your timing hole. And so what we want to do is do a couple of things here. I'm going to see if I can get down here to where you can see this. But you want to twist this nut here, get a ratchet on it. It's a 22 millimeter, and you twist that. Hold on here just a second, see if I can get down in there and see anything. I don't know if you can see anything in there or not, but there's, you see that little, there it is, that little hashtag. It's got to be aligned with a little notch right there. When you get that aligned, at the same time that that little mark right there is aligned up there, that means you're at top dead center on the compression stroke, and you're good to adjust the valves. So that's what you want to do. You got it set up, now it's all ready to go to adjust. From there, you got to take off your little valve covers here. You got the intake side on this one, then on the other side of the engine, on the back side underneath, atop your exhaust pipe, there is where the exhaust one is. So now you're ready to go. You want to do this when it's cold, and you want to go ahead and get a feeler gauge out. I'm going to get reset up here and we'll show you how to do this. Okay, so here's a picture of the service manual here. So we get ready to adjust our valves. We're going to want the intake somewhere between about 0.09 and 0.13 millimeters, or 3.5 thousandths to 5 thousandths, and then exhaust there, it's going to be about 6.3 to 7.9 thousandths. So that's what we're shooting for. I'm going to try to get my feeler gauges out. We'll get set up here and see if we can check this. All right, so we're going to get up here and adjust. So here's my feeler gauges. I don't think you can really see these, but I have got, so the intake one here, hold on a second. All right, so the intake one is anywhere from 0.09 millimeters to 0.13. I have got a 0.76 and a 0.127. So a little bit too thin and not thin enough. So I'm just going to kind of see where these are. What you're going to do on these things here is to slide them underneath the tappets and see which ones fit or don't fit. So I got a 10.02 that's not fitting on the intake whatsoever. I'm going to do my 7.6, which is too small, and it's a little loose on one. And too tight on the other. So I'm going to try that 10 once on this other one over here. Yeah, so there's two rocker arms. The one on this side is in spec. This one over here is too tight, so we're going to need to back that off. So we're going to get a wrench here to loosen up the little holding screw there, and then we'll adjust the little tappet. So let me get set up for that. I don't got the tools. I was hoping they'd be in, hopefully they'd be in specs. All right, folks. So this is very difficult to see here. If you look here at the top here, you see there's like a small little square. Let me see if I got my flashlight over here. You see the little squareness at the very top? Trying to see here. My dog trying to bust in the garage, like always. But anyway, there we go. It's difficult there to get those little square tappets on there. You got to loosen those, the nuts there, standard 10 millimeter. And then you got to get something on those little square tappet adjusters there. I use a period needle nose. You loosen them up, tighten them up, and then you kind of hold it best you can and tighten up that nut again to secure them down there. And so you do that until you get about the mid-range. Again, the ones I had here, I had one here that's too small. This middle one right here, you can see it says 10.2. That's pretty darn close to the middle, so that's what I was shooting for. This one over here is a 12.7. That's to the top of the range. I think it's 0.13 is the top, but I made sure that this one wouldn't go in. And this one here just barely goes in, nice and easy. So that's it's in there. So that's really it. It's very easy to do. You can do this yourself. Take some patience. Very difficult for me to film any better than that, but it's pretty simple. And once you get this far, again, you loosen those jam nuts, you adjust your tappets one way or the other, make sure you get it right, and then adjust them back down again. Once you get everything tight, you want to go back and double check to make sure the tappets didn't turn in when you were tightening it. But other than that, it's good to go. So I got the intakes done. Now I'm going to go ahead and try the exhaust. But that's it. Pretty easy. Tighten the valves. You do need to take your gas tank off to get to this one. This is the intake side. But that's it. Easy do-it-yourself job. Not that bad at all. You find out where one of these covers are. So here's one of the covers here as well. I took off. You can see it's got an O-ring around there. You may or may want to order yourself one of those so you're ready, just in case one breaks. On your cam cover here that we pulled off, you can see a little red O-ring around that. Again, I didn't have any problems with these, but when you tackle something, it's not a bad idea to have them. Each one of these inspection plugs here has an O-ring around it, so just be mindful there that you're very careful taking these off, or get you some on order there before you start this. That way you'll have them in case you need them. So that's really it. That's a basic valve adjustment there on a 2018 Yamaha Raptor. Something there that you can easily do. You can see here, I got my heavy duty tool there that I made there just to hold up this little plastic tray out of the way so I can get in there. But that's it. That's adjusting the valves on a 2018 Yamaha Raptor.